it. It doesn't seem to be on any of these stations.
Keep looking.
Oh, you're going too slow. Let me take the wheel.
It's too fast. How could you even tell what's on?
I can tell.
There it is. Go fast.
Back.
Too late. I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. Faster.
Wait.
Stop.
I look for the giant chicken!
Now, Etch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina, from beautiful Venezuela. And Karina's waiting for her green card to get adjudicated. It went to Chicago. And Karina's K1 visa interview was at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. And Karina, like I said, is from Venezuela, but she lived in Colombia for almost 6 years. And when I accompanied Karina from Bogota, Colombia to the United States after she got her K1 visa and her passport, and we landed in Miami. And this video is about the border entry procedures. What do? You're entering the United States for the first time, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary. You're probably a little bit nervous. You're probably a little bit relieved because the process is almost over with. But now you got to come face to face with the scary Border Patrol officer for his or her questions. So come on along and we're going to go over the video. This video is about the Border Patrol entry procedures. So you land in the United States of America. Let's say, we'll take for example Karina as an example. We landed in Miami International Airport. And then there were probably 4 or 5 planes from 5 other different countries landing at the international arrival gate also. So that means there was probably at least over 1,000 people that had to clear immigration. So rule number 1 is allow enough time between landing in your country, landing in the airport in the United States, and making your connection flight. Now, we didn't have to worry about a connecting flight because I had rented a car already. I rented an SUV. I wasn't going to play around with connecting flights. So I drove from Miami to the Panhandle here in Florida near Pensacola. So I didn't worry about a connecting flight. But if you're landing in America and you have a connecting flight, please allow at least for at least 4 or 5 hours of time between flights so you can make your connecting flight. So you can make it through immigration. So you land in America and you come to the immigration gate, and there's going to be a sign that says green card holders this way, U.S. citizens this way. There's going to be a sign, U.S. citizens, green card holders. Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, please ensure you are accompanying your beneficiary from her home country to make this a lot less stressful for him or her arriving in America, number 1. So you're accompanying your beneficiary. Take her or him by the hand and walk to the U.S. citizenship line. Don't go to the green card line. Go to the U.S. citizenship line. Okay? If you are a K1 visa holder without your sponsor with you, you're by yourself, unfortunately, go to the U.S. citizenship line. Okay? Go to the U.S. citizenship line. You go and you check in, and I gave the Border Patrol officer my passport. He said, okay, Diego, welcome back to America. How long were you in Colombia? I said, oh, about 3 months. I was getting to the tail end of my tourist visa. I was helping my Karina with her K1 visa processing. He said, okay, great job. Then he took Karina's Venezuelan passport. He looked at it, and I told the Border Patrol officer Karina has a K1 visa in her passport, and we need to go through a K1 visa Border Patrol interview. He said, no problem. He looked at her passport. He asked her a few questions, and then he got on the phone and he called another Border Patrol officer who came over and accompanied Karina and I across the patio way and into a big office, okay, for U.S. immigration. So we went into this big office that says U.S. Border Patrol and etc. So we sat down, and we were not allowed to use cell phones. We couldn't make any phone calls. We couldn't take any pictures with our cell phones. All we could do was sit down and wait our turn. And there was like 2 other people ahead of us going through an immigration screen. One was a tourist visa, some guy from Russia or Ukraine, and then there was another lady with her little baby. And then it was Karina's turn, and she went up to the counter, and they took her entire K1 visa package from her that was given to her at the via the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. In Bogota, she went to pick up her K1 visa. They gave her a big packet of stuff that you don't open. The Border Patrol in Miami took the whole thing It includes her medically, that would included her medical exam. He took everything. And then he took her passport. He didn't ask her any questions. He asked me more questions than Karina. He asked me 3 questions about my past K1. And I answered his questions. He said, okay, no worries, you're good. And he said, welcome to America, Karina. And he opened up her passport and he stamped an I-94 parole stamp in there. And he wrote in there a date of entry and the date the I-94 terminates. Okay? Then he made up a little card of an I-94 card and gave her an I-94 number, and he stapled it into her passport. Now, not every one of you watching this video is going to get an I-94 number on a little card stapled in your passport. Not all of you will get that. Okay? It just so happened that this immigration officer, this Border Patrol officer, was being kind and gave me the I-94 number right away. Okay? So don't be surprised if you don't get the I-94 number right off the bat. So after Karina got done with the Border Patrol officer, he gave her back her passport with the I-94 number in it on a card. And then that was it. Then we got up and left. We walked out of the Border Patrol office and we found our suitcase sitting all by itself. Everybody else had picked up their suitcases. Ours was the only one left. We picked it up. And we walked to the rental car office in the airport in Miami, and I rented a Jeep Cherokee, and we drove home. And then I waited about 3 or 4 days, and then I went online to the Border Patrol website, and I printed Karina's I-94, the official I-94. You got to include the I-94 form, okay, in your green card application. It's mandatory. If you don't, you're going to get an RFE looking for it, okay? So you got to include the I-94. You cannot use the one that they staple in your passport. That's just a temporary I-94. You got to use the official I-94 that you print from the Border Patrol website. And then you're going to use the name on the I-94 as the name that you're going to put into the green card application. They're going to ask you, how is your name spelled exactly like it is on the I-94? That's what you're going to put in the 485 when you apply for the green card. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You land in America, go to the U.S. citizenship line, check your passport in with the Border Patrol, tell him or her that you are going through a K1, you're entering under a K1. He'll assign you to a little office where you go and have your Border Patrol interview. It's no big deal. I mean, as long as you guys are in a real relationship, it's no big deal. The Border Patrol officer will take all your stuff that's in sealed packages. He will open it. He will do some stuff in a computer. He may or may not issue an I-94 right there on the spot. Karina got hers. But when you get home and then you print the I-94 for your green card application. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I do a live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Plus I do a surprise live stream whenever I feel like it. So if you see it on your YouTube hand thingamajigger, you see I'm live, jump on the live stream and ask me all your questions. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I give you legal advice, none, zero. You don't need an immigration attorney to do this green card application. It's very easy, but you just got to pay attention to details. Take your time. Don't rush the process. Get married within 90 days and file for your green card within 90 days. My advice. If you want to get your green card quickly, get it done. Apply for it within, at least after 50 or 60 days of being in America. That's when you should apply for your green card. Okay? You got it? See you at the live stream. And be cool. Be calm. And don't stress the process. You can do this.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. See you later. Bye.